Throughout the years, I've been Googling, searching here on YouTube, you name it, for how to varnish Lego minifigures or Lego parts. It barely exists. At all. Even on Google, when you Google search it and nothing comes up. There is like 2 or 3 threads about it on Reddit or Eurobricks, I think. And those threads are just about how do you protect your minifigures from wear and tear. The Lego prints. People say nail polish, people say just put on some sealant on it, then it's fine. But nothing more than that. They don't give you any brands or anything like that, so I decided I'm just going to do a video on how I do it, because there's nothing like that. I don't know why it hasn't been done before, but first time for everything, I guess. So I'm going to show you how I varnish each piece individually. Sculpt face, torso, arms, and legs. That includes the waist piece. I'm not going to do hands because that's just impossible. I don't even know how I do it, so I don't know how to do it permanently, because it's always going to scratch off no matter what you do, so. And people that do paint hands and stuff like that, well, they don't tell you how the hell they do it, so I don't know. I'm going to improve that, but yeah. I'm no expert when it comes to spray cans. All I can say is don't be too far away, don't be too close. Although sometimes when I'm pissed off, like when I have to redo a thing multiple times, it didn't cure correctly or whatever, I can go about just not shaking the can at all, going real close and just going crazy with it, and somehow that has worked out in the past, but not so much recently. So I can always say shake the can, it's probably the best thing to do. I don't know, it's just like a fluke that happens sometimes. Shake it well, that's just the basics of it, just shake it like crazy. I don't warm it up, as you can see right here, the Army Painter Anti-Shine Matte Varnish. I heated that up too much, I guess, and when I shook it, the can exploded from within, so that really freaked me out when I first did that, and since then I haven't warmed up the cans because that really scared me. Scary stuff, but I don't heat the cans up in a bowl of hot water anymore, and I haven't really noticed any difference during the summer or winter. I just spray whenever it's clear outside, no humidity. It's a gamble every time, I think. I can't get consistent results. I don't know why, but here's the thing. The first coat, it doesn't have to look nicely covered or anything like that. The first coat, just make sure that, you just sweep one time or so. Just get some on there, because that will give it a better foundation, I guess, for the next couple of coats that will be applied later on. Usually I do 1 coat a day. Recently I've gotten into doing 2. And I usually do 1 in the morning and then 1 either in the afternoon or evening. So I wait a couple of hours just to let that set in and then just do another coat. So that has been working out pretty well, I think. So give it a shot if you haven't tried that, or if you're just starting to get into it, I guess. It's been working out pretty fine so far, but as I said, there's always a gamble, there's no guarantee. This is just the way I do it, so I'm not an expert, as I said. I suck at these things, the technical stuff, knowing what the hell paints do and stuff like that. Different formulas, whatever, all the ingredients for these things, I don't know what the hell they do. So I'm just going on my own experience, and that's it. I've been spraying for about 5 years or so. But my current technique I've been doing for about 2 years. So, it's not that long, but that's what I do. And I think it works most of the time. So let's just get to the spraying, I guess. I spray out on the balcony. That's my area. That's all I got. Probably not the best spot to do it, but that's all I got. Would prefer a garage, because I think you have more control over the spray, the humidity, and all the temperature and stuff like that. So yeah, if you got a garage, use it. First of all, shake the can. Shake it good. About a minute or 2. It's not that specific. I just shake it X amount of time and then I just start spraying. And of course, you want to test spray it first. So always test spray on the side just to see how the beam goes. If it looks good, then just go ahead. I always try multiple times just to make sure that I get a good coverage. And it's also good to see how strong the spray is, so you can adjust the distance between the object and the spray. So you can see just how much coverage you'll get and just how much spray will get on there, depending on the distance. Most of the time, I just go from left to right. I don't do back and forth that much, but sometimes I do. But most of the time, just left to right, just really short, quick bursts. And just sweep it really quickly. And again, the first coverage, not that important to cover everything in one go. Just make sure you get some particles on there so it actually like sticks to it. And then when you do the later coats, you can just go a little bit more crazy on it, make sure that you cover it more and more each time. After you've done it 2 times, you can pretty much go crazy with the third one, just making sure that it's all covered. You know, you don't have to really care about being too careful with it, I don't think. At least that's my experience with it. Might be different for people, but that's the way I've been doing it. The first 2 coats, I'm a little bit cautious, just making sure that I don't overspray or spray too little. You want just the right amount each time. The first couple of coats, I think. The first 2. And then the third one, just go a little bit crazy with it, you know, make sure that everything is covered throughout, so everything is protected. And that's with my satin varnish. It says satin, but it's actually gloss. So that varnish is for protective purposes. It's pretty cheap. It's $6 where I live. It's a finished product. That's what I use, and so far, it's the best one for me. So I usually do 3 to 4 coats with that, depending on how much the torso actually is painted, on how many layers paint it has on it. You need a little bit more. And sometimes the paint kind of protrudes out, you know, the varnish makes like something, making it protrude out a little bit. And then I have to sand it down. So, you know, you do a coat, you wait for that to actually harden up a little bit, or cure. Then you sand that down really easily, very gently with some nice sandpaper. And then I apply 1 or 2 more coats. So now that we're done with protecting our figures, now it's time to get the nice finish that we want. My personal favorite finish is satin, which I get with this Citadel Munitorum one. And I just think it's a great spray overall. But it's not protective, that's the main thing. It doesn't really protect that well. I've had some flukes again with that. A couple of figures I sprayed with just that. Somehow those worked. But when I spray it now just to protect things, it doesn't work. It scratches off. So when I finish up my pieces, I just try to get really nice, quick, short bursts in there. Just to make sure it covers. And I don't want to overspray anything here. I just want to have a nice top coat just to kill that shine. That's all we want to do. Just kill that shine. Nothing more. Just dull it down. That's it. Once I'm done with the protective coats, I let them sit for about 2 to 3 days. Maybe 4. Until it's time to finish them up and reduce the shine. So that's the steps I take when I try to protect my figures. And as I said, try. It's not 100% guarantee all the time. But most of the time it comes out nice. And yeah, I haven't seen anyone else do it. So I guess I'm the first one. Hing!